All right, how's everyone? Bob's back with another interview. The Thursday night interview program is going to continue as long as I can go it. Thanks everyone for tuning in and watching. I've got a treat, man. I've got a motorcycle club. I think this is the first MC I've had, and I'm very, very happy about it. These guys are from up a little bit north of Ottawa, up in the area. You know it's up cold up there, Jesus. But anyways, please everyone help me welcome up. We got the Simple Man MC. I almost forgot your name, guys. I'm such a bozo. All right, Simple Man MC. How are you guys? Good to meet you all.
Very good, thank you.
Very good.
Yeah, we already got our friends from the States tuning in. Thank you, Steve, for joining us, brother. So, up north of Ottawa, how long you guys been a club? Oh, actually, first, why don't I get
We started out in 2010. Kind of a mixture of guys from older clubs from this area and newer clubs that had kind of went away, and it came to be from basically just a bunch of guys that rode together, that trying to get together just to do some more organized stuff and some charity things. And over the years, it just kind of blew up, and we go up and down in numbers. I think we're about 15 right now, 15 or 16. We've been up, been up as high as about 26 with 3 chapters at one point in time. We had 2 chapters in the East Coast previously, and we still remain close friendships with them. They've changed names now in our different clubs, but we still have close contact with them. We'll be 15 years this summer.
That's very cool. So it's not a new thing to any of you. And listen, I was rude at the start. If you want, why don't you give us your names if you want to, or your road name, whatever you want to.
What? Fast Eddie.
Fast Eddie.
Lloyd. Jack.
Foreman.
Good to meet you guys. I'm sorry I didn't get your names on the first question. So you guys look like y'all been riding for a while. I take it this isn't a new thing to you, riding motorcycles. How's the riding up in your part of the world? Got lots of good twisties, lots of good roads?
Very nice roads up here. A lot of back country, a lot of nice windy, twisty, good roads.
Very cool,
well maintained roads up here too, so it's good that way.
Nice. Are you guys a Harley only club, like an MC, like like a 1%er sort of thing?
Harley only.
Yeah, Harley only. Yes.
Right on. So who's got the oldest bike?
Yeah.
99. I got 97.
I have an 80 Sturgis, but it's not in the road right now.
That's a lowrider?
My daily ride's an 02, but I have an 80 Sturgis, but it's not in the road at the moment. It'll be hopefully next summer it'll be back in the roads.
Nice. The shovelheads really got popular again, eh?
Oh yeah.
They're giving out big bucks for a shovel these days. What else we got? We got Carney. Thank you for joining us, Carney. And Shadow, thank you for joining us too. And I already said hi to Steve. Thanks, guys, for joining us all. So, what kind of, like, you guys focus a lot on charity up there in your community as much as you can, or you focus on just hanging out and keeping to yourselves?
We do. We try and do at least a couple of charity rides a year. COVID was a weird time, so set us back a bit, but we've always generally done 1 or 2 charity rides a year. We usually try and pick someone in the community or a family in the community need, and we've done a lot of different things, poker runs, lots of different events for different charities. We stay close. We're in a very small town where we are here, so we do a lot of stuff with the local athletic association here. Build some benches and stuff for the kids at the Ball Diamond. We host bingo in our. We have a large clubhouse, so upstairs here we host the community bingo up there on our upstairs floor. We have a bit of a hall up there, and so we're pretty involved in the community most of the time.
That's wicked.
We've been doing a winter coat drive for the last 2 years. We collect winter coats, donations, give them out to a few local schools. So I think we do this year. We're on par for about 350 coats that we've put out to the community this year.
And up there, I guess winter coats would be a pretty important thing. Now is what's it called? Snake River, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Is that the name of the town, or is it just the name of the overall community, sort of the area?
So Snake River was it's a river that runs into a lake near our old clubhouse. It's a very small. It's kind of community. We're actually in Cobden, Ontario. So it's in between Renfrew and Pembroke. Cobden.
Oh, okay. Okay. So when you mentioned Pembroke and Renfrew, now I kind of can visualize. I was just going to pull you up on a map to see where you are. Yeah.
Ottawa Valley. Yeah, the Upper Ottawa Valley is where we are.
Yeah. Kind of right in the middle.
There's a detention center up there, isn't there? Not that I would know anything about that.
Yeah, we're in it right now. We got a day pass.
I think some of the guys I remember, because we had a chapter out in the Big O, and yes, I think some of our guys might have spent some time in that facility. But hey, it is what it is. Hey, thanks for coming along, Hook Dog. Good to see you, brother. So now, how come you guys decided to go the MC route instead of the RC route?
It was the history of the club came from some older members, some newer members that were members of clubs previously. So and it kind of all pieced together and just it kind of just worked out their way. There wasn't another MC in this area at the time when we started. Over the years, there's quite a few more around here now. So we were kind of the only ones around for a long time, and it just seemed like the thing to do for us. And we follow the protocols and the traditions. We're a drinking club with a motorcycle problem. So we just we're pretty true to the motorcycle community, and that's our thing, and it's kind of just been the way it is. A lot of guys here have been in clubs for most of their lives, so it's just the way it is.
So they already knew what it was they were doing anyway, because they'd already done it, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And I don't think. See, in the States, I don't know where it came from, but they started calling everybody that doesn't wear a 1% diamond a 99% club. We don't do that so much in Canada, right?
No.
We've got other MCs up here that aren't 1% clubs, and it doesn't make the club any less of a thing, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't mean because you're in a 1% club and you just joined last week and you just learned how to ride your bike last summer that you're an elite biker by any means. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
And it's, I don't want to name names, but like we got lots of MCs all through the province, and they don't seem to get no issues from nobody. And in my opinion, why should there be? There shouldn't be no issues. You guys decided to make a club, and you made a club. It's your decision, right? So I don't know. I applaud you guys for that anyway. I guess is what I'm getting at with all that. You know what I mean? Now you got all those square feet. Is there a shop underneath? Do you guys build bikes, fix bikes, do all that good stuff?
We've got a couple guys here in the club that have shops at home and around. We don't have a bike shop per se in the clubhouse. We got kind of one floor that's our little hangout that we're in, where we're sitting now, and then we have middle floor. It's like there's a stage in in a big area there, and then we have a top floor, kind of a private floor up there. So we can hold about 300 people in here.
That's a big clubhouse, man. We used to get like 50 people in ours, and we'd be like that, right? Which is okay when the strippers are over.
Yes, sir.
Not that I ever did shit like that. Jeez, no. But anyways, yeah, man.
We believe you.
Somebody believes me, I'm sure of it. My mom believes me.
There's no sarcasm in that voice. I believe you.
So, yeah, I know. You guys are cold. You guys are They're cold down in the States too. They're not used to it, are they? Except for like Wisconsin and them places. What what's dead south of you guys? Because you guys are above the St. Lawrence, so you can get into the States a lot quicker, eh? You
Yeah,
guys ride through the States very much?
we do quite a bit. Quite a few of us did road to Sturgis this year from here. So it was about 5,500 kilometer round trip, 5,600 kilometer round trip. And we go down to Laconia all the time. We're only about 6 or 7 hours from Laconia, so we go down there. Yeah, lots of times in the States. We have no issues crossing back and forth. So
A few of us are heading for Daytona this year too, so
Did you make it down to Daytona?
we'll be going this
think-
year. There's a few of us going.
Yeah, you're good. Right on.
Yeah.
And we already know it's the time of year that it is. You're not riding all the way down, but you can trailer up your bike if you feel so inclined, right?
yeah,
Pretty hard to ride all the way down this time of year, yeah.
We just ain't doing it. I don't care how Canadian we are. Hey, I don't care how Canadian we are. We're not riding our bike in February. Now, what is Laconia?
Yeah.
Laconia's what's that?
Laconia
Is that
is
right?
well, it's I think the oldest rally right now. I think Laconia is, and
It's in New Hampshire.
in New Hampshire, it's a great spot. It's not near as big as Sturgis. Well, numbers wise, it's big, but I mean it's a week long thing. It's a great time, beautiful ride through the Adirondacks. Like tons of good rides down there. Great party.
It's only like a day ride for us.
Well, that ain't bad. How many days did it take you to get out to Sturgis? Like 4 or 5 days out? 4 or 5 days back?
Yeah, about 4 days. Yeah,
Depends how many bars we stop at.
yeah.
Yeah.
Some days
So
are
is
more
that.
than others.
And it depends on what kind of weather you end up riding through, right? Like, riding in the rain's all part of it, but after hours and hours of it, it gets old.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
I know coming down through Michigan before in a couple of, felt like I was in a hurricane, right? The big trucks are passing me. It's like, fuck, I just want to get to Sarnia, man. Just let me get over that border so I know I'm almost home. Because you don't want to stop anywhere with a beautiful bike in another country that you're not sure of, right? What happens if you get up in the morning and your bike disappeared at night?
That's why you put it in the motel room.
Yeah, you crank it right
You
in
get a
with you.
ground floor
Exactly.
motel room and you put your bike in. Been there, done that.
It's okay till you get to a bagger. I don't know if you can get a fairing through a regular door, can you?
It's a little tricky, yeah. If you
I
see
used
my
to get
bike,
my
there's
low
scratches
rider.
on the fairing.
Yeah, exactly. That was my old bike. Ask him when they will have strippers at the clubhouse. Oh, Sean wants to know when you're going to have strippers at the clubhouse.
Well, you have to come down and find out.
Hey, that is actually the perfect answer. Yeah. Get on down there, brother, and hang out and find out. Absolutely. Do you guys host any weekly rides and all that stuff in your area?
We have close ties with a few other. We're very. There's a military base close by to here. A couple military clubs around. A couple other MCs around. So a couple of them that host some riding nights and stuff. We all try and kind of support each other. So there's a couple Thursday night and Friday night different things. So we spread the wealth. We try and visit other clubhouses. They visit here, and some cruise nights and different things. So we really try and spread the wealth around here. It's a pretty good community of motorcycle clubs around this area. We all seem to get along pretty well. So there's a lot of support for everybody from all the other clubs. We've been pretty lucky. People are always willing to come out here and support us, and we do our best to do the same and attend other people's rodeos and rides and clubhouses. So we're pretty busy all the time. There's always something going on here, at least a couple times a week.
That's cool. I've noticed that a lot more with the independent clubs and with the riding clubs. I've got a whole bunch of people I've interviewed from this town of Huntsville, and then they all do it the same way, right? There's a couple different outfits, and they all go to each other's events and all that. So it like you say, it spreads love, spreads the wealth, it gets everybody involved. My bike clubs are doing a lot more, and that's kind of like why I got this channel going, because I come from one of those so-called big three clubs, right? And I retired 20 some years ago, and I was charged with this and that, and I went to jail for this and that, and I got out and retired from the club and got a pardon and all that. And then you still see on YouTube when they do biker news, they want to talk about, well, this club had a shootout with that club, and these guys are at war with those guys. So I thought I'd give it the other side of the coin and talk to people that aren't into that side of the life, and the people that are doing positive things around their community and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's awesome.
That's good. Yeah, we definitely support that.
So ask Parson how 19 NG he was a sailor. Uh-oh.
That's a soft spot.
Oh, okay.
So,
He's fucking with you.
Yeah,
You can answer.
Yeah.
We,
I think the answer is probably just a middle finger salute.
Yeah.
Whoever said it.
yeah.
And Bobby Lee
I did
said it was
25.
funny.
Who was that?
Oh, and Rory told Sean to calm down, so they're busting his balls.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
that's Muffin. How's it going, Muffin?
Yeah.
He's one of our members in the club.
He's
right
in
on,
Fort
good.
Mac right now. He's in Fort Mac. He's probably mad because they ran out of cheeseburgers out there.
I did 25 years Army and spent some time with the Navy that was less enjoyable than it could have been. So to be polite. So they know my bit of time I spent with the Navy wasn't one of my favorite topics.
I've never heard you be polite before.
Yeah.
Oh, and Sport Brand says, damn, Simple Man got the whole crew there. So Sport Brand must be one of your people too. So you did 25 years in the Canadian Army. Now, according to that guy, that orange guy down south, we don't have an army.
No comment.
I don't know. We'll see. I guess when push comes to shove, we'll see.
Exactly.
Well, with time comes change.
Well, you got to remember with that when they kicked up Afghanistan, the Canadians went to the most dangerous part of the country, and we took our hits.
Yeah, we represented ourselves really well in Afghanistan and Bosnia and anywhere that we've gone to, that we were asked to go, we went and we did well. Eddie, as well as a veteran, retired, so we're proud of our service, that's for sure.
Well, exactly, man. It's not everybody that can dedicate themselves, because if you're gonna do it, you got to dedicate to it, right? I think.
It's very similar to the club life, it's all about supporting each other and spending that time together, and there's a lot of similarities,
Absolutely. That's why so many. Go ahead.
It was a way to get that brotherhood back once we retired or left, and still have that camaraderie and brotherhood, right? And I mean, with some of the big guys, that's how it all started. Was from military guys, right?
100%, man. And I think, and Rory says, thanks for serving the country. Absolutely, Rory. That is the answer. And Steve from down south says, you guys have an army up yonder, or do you fellas ride moose? And of course, Sean said, like your brothers.
First of all,
You ain't a real man, you ride a moose.
That's right.
Most don't like it, but we don't give a fuck.
It'd be funny as fuck to get an American up here and try to get him up there. Because when you get close to moose, you understand why nobody fucks around with mooses.
Yeah.
My kids used to live in Sault Ste. Marie, and I lived in Toronto. So every 2 weeks, I'd be driving back and forth. Holy Christ. I've seen some big animals on the side of the road, man. So Sport Brand, I asked him if he was with you guys, and he said, "Nope, I'm not gang." He said, "It's salute to all the veterans." I think
Okay,
I
who the
think
hell was that?
he's busting balls too, right? I thought he was from one of my American friends.
Oh,
Maybe
for
he's
sure
one of
he
your
is.
guys' friends. I've seen a few hunting in Maine there. Yeah, bro, they are huge. They're like monsters at the top of their head. When you hit a moose with a car, your car goes under the belly, and then he slides up the hood and comes through your window and squishes you, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Sport Brand is one of the dudes from the States. Okay. So he said,
I
salute to
hit
all
a
the
deer at
veterans.
120 kilometers an hour.
You ever hit a deer on your
It
bike?
died. I didn't.
No.
Yeah.
Jack split one in half.
I split one in half.
On your
120
bike?
K when I hit it. Took a hind quarter right off it.
Yeah.
Holy
I broke
Christ.
my hand. That was it. And I broke my hand afterwards, punching the shit out of it.
You lucky son of a gun, eh? Yeah, that's terrifying when you're flying up the
Canadians.
highway at night.
No, I was in the morning on my way to work.
5:45 in
Oh,
the morning.
okay.
Dan is my son. He came and picked the deer up so we could eat it.
Hmm? You got the blood out of him and hung him up. Good for you, man. So these guys, Steve, do you have to prospect like a traditional MC? Now that's a question. It's the same, right?
Correct.
Good deal.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's the same. You have to know a friend to kind of get in. You know, it's the same, right? You know a friend. You start
Absolutely.
hanging out with the guys, and you go through your stages.
That's right. Just like anything else, you hang around phase and prospect phase, and just like everybody else.
Yeah, I don't think that there's any more secrets about that.
10 years you can't come here.
Well, you know what? When I started hanging out with the club, I was a member with. I hung out for 5 years before anyone even spoke the prospect word to me, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
They were cool with me. They liked the fact they came by every week. Shit, I was roommates with some of the members, but that don't matter.
Yeah, it's probably the most important part of motorcycle clubs, that prospect phase, and I know there's times in history that it doesn't happen, and that's probably the reason why a lot of guys don't stay around or things don't work out. It's important. There's the protocols for a reason, and that's how you vet people and get to know your brothers.
Well, I think so too, because I was happy I came in the long way, the hard way, as some people would call it, because by the time I was a member of the chapter I was in, I knew all the guys from the area, and I knew them personally, right? It wasn't just know them by name. You actually know them. You've had some meals with them. You've had some drinks with them and whatever, right? It makes a difference. Derek says
Chevalier.
is my favorite prospect. What does that mean?
Chevalier.
That's another one of our members talking about himself.
Yeah.
Oh, Sports
Yeah,
brand. I'm from Michigan.
We got a lot of ball
Closest
busters here.
oh, he's ball busting you?
We got a lot of ball busters here. We always tell each other, if you have low self-esteem, it's not the place to be.
Exactly.
Don't be
Well,
here
you know what?
to-
You got to have a straight jacket or a straight jacket. I just looked at one of the other guys on the hey straight jacket. Thanks for joining us, bro. You got to have a thick skin to be in an MC. If you don't, you're not in the right spot, man.
You're not going to make it. You're not going to make it.
Even though it's all in fun, it don't matter. You got to have a thick skin. Because we'll get you. We'll get you right where we know it hurts you. Hey, Barbie, thanks for joining us. Yep. We got, yeah, she says it's a good old boy club. Most boy clubs are.
Yes, sir.
Exactly.
And there,
Exactly.
and KLE joined us, and Bobby Lee Robertson joined us. Asked Eddie what some funny stories from his time as a prospect. What do you got, Eddie?
Hi, Bobby.
Yeah, there aren't any.
Yeah, no, there's none.
None.
Oh, Bobby.
Hey, man, I remember sending prospects out for a case of beer and seeing them 5-6 hours later. It's like, where the fuck did you go? You know they went home and had a nap, right? The one guy
being a prospect and going to get a case of beer and saying, telling your old lady to be home in 15 minutes, coming home 3 days later.
Yeah. You know, I was worse for that when I was a member. I would go down on Friday, and I lived like 10 doors from my clubhouse, and I'd remember where I lived on Sunday. My wife did not enjoy it. It's a beautiful day in Alberta. Get on out of here. Sean Guest says tying shoes.
Oh, yeah. So just call him Muffin for now on. Sean Guest, Muffin.
Yeah.
Is that who Muffin is?
He's
Okay.
our member. He works at Harley Davidson in Fort Mac. He's a great guy. He's one of the original members of this club.
Oh, so he lives in Fort Mac.
Yeah, he works at the Harley dealership there. I think he sweeps the floors or cleans the toilets or something. I'm not sure exactly what he does. Something like that.
So we got one guy from Michigan. That's who Sport Brand is. He is one of our friends from the channels from Michigan. So you, bro, you're not far from us. It says I'm scared of those Canada guys. LOL. That's funny. We used to cross that border, and I go right into not on purpose. I go right into the ghetto of Detroit, and I asked where our clubhouse was, and they always fucking knew the way, and they give me the directions every time.
Yeah.
There wasn't nobody asking me for my bike or being crazy. They weren't doing that stuff. Congrats, guys, on being there. Sauce. See, you guys got lots of.
Yeah. Another great, local guy from around here, good guy, comes out a lot.
Oh, he's okay. Right on. So the Harley dealership, I guess, in Fort Mac didn't burn down. When was that? When the half the city burnt down? 2 years ago.
Yeah,
about 2 years ago. Yeah, he got evacuated from there. We kept trying to tell him to hide some bikes for us.
Well, it must have got burnt. Barbie's in Alberta.
Oh.
And Barbie's in Alberta. I think she said she's up by Edmonton, and she said her snow's melting out there. Steve, I live in the most ghetto part of Detroit. It was nice to get Windsor on the weekend. I bet you. That's weird in Detroit. They burned down the buildings in their own neighborhood, eh? You saw that one?
Makes a lot of sense.
Trying to stay warm.
Yeah. I never understood that. 2016. It's snowing in Dallas. No, it's not. Oh, 2016 was a fire. Okay. Oh, it was that long ago. Shit, I didn't realize that. Well, that's cool. I'm glad you guys got all these come and join us. Yeah, so us guys from Canada want to know from you guys in the States, when are you guys going to become our 11th province? I think it's only right.
yeah,
Exactly.
We can take care of you. Oh, Barbie, you're in Calgary. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I mean, we've been carrying you for the last 150 years, so we may as well hop on, right?
I was like in the history books how they have American winning the Second World War, but they didn't come into the last year of it. The Canadians were over there from the very start, and they took a lot of lumps.
Yeah, that's true.
And my grandparents are from Britain, and they both, you know, my grandfathers were both in the British Army for the whole time. And as soon as that war was over, they packed up their little family and came over to Canada, right? So hence I'm the first Canadian-born grandkid. They're a great bunch of guys, even Parsons. You see?
Hey, Derek. Hey, Derek.
Is that Walker?
Fucking asshole.
That's why the snow's melting in Calgary. It's +3 in Fort Mac. Wow.
It's colder than hell here in the last few days.
They got some weird weather out west, eh? I lived out there when I was a kid, and it snowed in fucking July. So they got. We love our snow Mexicans down here in the States. Your culture of hockey and strong beer is amazing. And you know what the funny thing is, Steve? Us Canadians all think we're good drinkers, right? I went over and spent some time in Britain. Holy Christ, guys, we've got nothing on them. Those guys don't put any Canadian down.
Yeah, I got a buddy from the UK there. He likes to have pop for breakfast, Jeff.
Yeah.
And supper.
And then they took me to fucking Ireland. Woo-hoo. That was a whole nother bag of potatoes. But yeah, I never laughed so hard in my life, man. And that's one of the cool things about buying a Harley and then joining some sort of club or organization. You meet the fucking best people. You know what I mean? You meet all the best people. Are you drinking light beer, Eddie?
Yeah.
Americans came in and everything else failed in World War II. Mounties can't play.
So you need to just go block that Sean Guest guy.
No.
He's a troublemaker.
You know what? He's jealous because you said, "Can I come on?" And we said, "Come back from Fort Mac, and you can come on a podcast." He's just jealous. He just learned how to use the internet about 3 weeks ago, so it's new for him.
So Sport Brand got kicked. What's that? Go ahead. Sorry, bro. So you got 15 guys. You got them all over the country, though, eh?
Yeah.
Well, just Sean that's out there. The rest of us are all around here.
Yeah.
Sean working out there, so we leave him
Working.
Well, he's out there. We're not sure if he's working or not.
Special kid.
Well, sure, you ain't got to work very hard if you work in a dealership, do
He
you?
takes a little bus back and forth to work.
Doesn't Quebec have issues with bad bikers? I don't know. It depends on what you call a bad biker, Barbie. They did some crazy shit back in the day, and Canada is how it is, as far as big clubs and all that stuff. Definitely be kind of guy to take a good joke. Fucking right, you do. And what do you got? Sport Brand. I'm malign me, make myself. I love Tim Hortons. So Sports Brand. I think they brought Tim Hortons into Michigan, didn't they? I heard that they're trying to put a Tim Hortons at the one airport in Mexico. When you get off the plane, you can have your last fucking Tim Hortons before you switch to tequila. That's what I heard.
Nice.
So how do we get the Tim Hortons here serving tequila?
Yeah. Hey, man, when I went to Portugal, you could get a big bag and a beer. They don't care in Europe about beer. Beer doesn't mean anything to Europeans, right? It's a food group. Yeah, see? Yeah, you hear the same thing. But everyone knows it fucking double-double, don't they? Eh? And that way it's staying.
Pretty much.
Yeah, see, they did have a Tim Hortons in Monroe, Michigan. And when I lived in the Sioux, I think they had it right across the bridge because Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. The one thing I liked about up there was that radio station. You ever hear that one comedian thing? They call him the champ. Fuck, that's funny. I get my left to the suplex. Fucking funny. Coming from a girl who dealt with shitty bikers, and them boys hard time when I first met them, and now they're my favorite boys on this planet. Right on, Kay. CK's giving you guys some good props, man. Now they're talking burgers. Don't talk burgers.
She's a good friend.
She's a good friend.
Who just said that?
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I think we've got a lot of people we know on here today, so that's good. Yeah, it's nice to see.
A lot of names popping up and recognize, yeah.
That's really good, man. So you guys did your part on spreading the word. So let's talk about your what would be considered maybe your main event for the summer, your big one that you hope for the best attendance and all that, and who it helps out.
So that's our Labor Day weekend. That's when we always have our rodeo. Now we do a ride and a band here, so we always try and save the date, Labor Day weekend. Most of the clubs and events around here, we try and get it out relatively early as much as we can, anyways. And so that's kind of a weekend we've always done it that same weekend, and we'll be doing it again this year that same weekend and having a ride. So we're looking forward to seeing everybody out, and we're simple men, so sometimes we decide last minute of what we're going to support or who we're going to support, but we'll definitely, we always donate a certain amount to like I said before, a family in need or a charity or something. We not that we don't support big organizations, charities, but we try and keep it local and keep it in our community, and donate more sort of someone we know or a family we know around here.
The rodeos.
I respect that. Thanks, Barbie, for mentioning it. So that, and see, I can understand where you're coming from with trying to keep it local, because then you get to see it at work. When you sign a check, and I'm not putting these big charity did it down because they do their thing too, and we all gotta love everybody for that. But when you send a check over into sick kids, you just know it's helping, but you don't really get to physically see what it's helping with.
Yeah.
It's basically small communities up in this area north of Ottawa. It's a lot of small communities, small towns. So people work together a lot more. It's still an old school area up here in the Ottawa Valley. People respect each other. And it's the way it is.
And it's still neighbors helping neighbors.
Exactly.
Yeah, we get a lot of community members in here that come to the clubhouse on Friday nights. We open up. We're open every Wednesday and Friday here, and we get a lot of people, from the community that stop out here, come say hi, and shoot a game of pool and hang out, and even guys that don't ride, just people that we know from around, and it's a good place to get away if you don't like your traditional bar scene or whatever, and. It's been working out for us for the last 15 years, so it's good.
I love it. Did you guys post your stuff on? There's one Facebook group. I think they call it Ottawa Rides. I don't know where most of the stuff that those are. The guy called Alain Cowboy or something like that.
Yeah, we know Alain, and we've been down to rides. I think he's out Cornwall way, so it's a couple hours from here, but. We do get out that way, and he does a lot for the biker community also. He's pretty active on social media and posting rides, and I think he runs. He runs bike night. I believe Winchester. I don't want to.
Is there a town called Hawkesbury? Does that ring a bell? Hawkesbury?
Yeah, Hawkesbury. It's all kind of Seaway Valley, so it's east of here, like a couple hours, but it's all still the same area.
Just east of Ottawa. We're west of Ottawa, and that's just east of Ottawa.
Okay, I got you.
An hour and a half, right, roughly.
I like it though. I gotta track him down one day. What's that? Sorry, bro.
No, I was just saying that Andrew Aubrey guy. That's another.
These are all our members that are too ugly to be on camera. They didn't show up.
We only allowed the good-looking ones to be on camera tonight. The ugly ones, we made them stay at home.
Yeah, we're not doing nothing tonight, guys. We'll be home with you. No, man, I dig it. I like it. And all the things that we talked about so far, all the things, I agree with you on all of them, right? You know. And it's really cool that you guys are back into the community, helping community, right? Sorry, go ahead.
We appreciate what you're doing too. We thought it was important to come on here and support the cause. We like the idea that Canada Biker News. We like the page. We definitely want to support it and see it grow. And we have I don't know for us anyways that we think a pretty good following. So the more we can all get together and talk about these things and do it, just expands the horizons. And it's nice to travel across Ontario and the country and know people, even if it's from meeting them on a podcast or online. And when we see people on the road or they see us, now guys will know who it is or who we are, and it's a cool thing that you're doing.
No, I appreciate that, bro. No, I really do, because I'm kind of just doing the weekly things. I do a little political stuff once or twice a week, and then I do whatever events I can find, because there's always something going on in the biker world, which I really love. And then in the spring, of course, as more stuff starts coming, then I'll be ramping it up, right? So if there's a weekly ride, say Cowboy does one in Hawkesbury every Wednesday, every Tuesday I'll be doing a video and reminding about the Wednesday rides across the country, right? So then everyone kind of knows. And I'm thinking about getting like an old style wall calendar, that you just hang with all the events I can find for the summer on it. I'm going to start working on that over the next. You guys think that's a decent idea?
That's a great idea.
Yeah, fucking right.
Thanks, man. I think that's what I'm going to go for. I'm going to start messaging all the clubs and just say send me your itinerary for the summer, because like you guys already know that you're doing your thing in Labor Day, right? It's already planned. Yeah. Scott wants some White Russians today, bro.
That's one of our brothers that actually just had a fire at his house, so I'll go make up some White Russians.
Yeah. We'll make some White Russians for him right now. We'll drink them. He's working on shift right now, night shift. His house had a little fire yesterday, so we'll have a White Russian for you, Scott.
Yeah, that's actually one of my sons. I have 2 sons in the club, and that's one of them. So he's working.
That's one of them?
Get to work.
Been a while since I had a White Russian.
That's kind of one of our staple.
Well, they say milk's good for you, but nobody likes to taste the milk, so you got to put booze in it.
So that's so funny, because the club I was in when we were getting together it's been a long time since you've seen a brother or whatever, it was always White Russians. Always.
That's our thing here.
Yeah. In fact, I remember having an 86 guy for White Russians for $5.
86 guy from White Russians.
Hey, Sean, that's funny, eh? Oh, I missed you. Oh. Yeah, these guys are busting each other's balls, eh? That is funny.
Yeah, that's the name of the game.
You have to. If you're not busting each other's.
Never pass.
Hey, Steve, can you put Irish whiskey inside of a glass of milk? Well, we put Kahlua with it, right? Kahlua and vodka and milk for a White Russian. Isn't that what it is?
Anywhere.
Well, Steve's Irish, right? He's of Irish descent. So he's going to kill himself on the Jamesons one day.
It's not possible.
No.
They say drinking alcohol won't solve your problems, but neither will milk, right? So.
Exactly. And like you say, milk's good for you. You get the milk mustache, so it is what it is. No, that time I went to England and Great Britain and all that, the one guy rolled into the clubhouse with a bottle of Jameson's, and I was the only guy awake. And yeah, we fucking threw away the cap and went for it, right?
Awesome.
But the next day, I sure didn't feel too good, man. Woo! LFG.
Oh, good.
So that's cool. So you guys work with the other clubs in your area. You got your big thing on Labor Day that you're rolling in. Well, we're not rolling into, but you know what you're doing. I seen on the old posters that it was a pig roast. Still do a pig roast, or you said something about you smoke them now? You doing a smoker?
We smoke pork butts. It's less waste. We got a guy in the club who's a butcher, and so he takes care of all the meat every year, and it's that's what we're known for. That's kind of our famous meal with our. We used to do a pig, but now the cost of a whole pig and the amount of waste, it's easier just to do the smoked pork butts. But definitely, if you've never come and had the meal, this it's something to come and see. So.
Well, I'm hoping that this summer I get to come out and visit all you guys that I meet this way in person and shake some hands and say hello properly. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm drinking.
Great. You're welcome anytime.
That's awesome. I appreciate that. I'm not drinking anymore, but I'm not drinking any less than Sport Brand. Hell yeah. So Scott Bingham says tequila. Uh-oh. Is he one of your people? Yeah. He said tequila is not a good substitute for vodka in a White Russian.
Whatever.
Well, after you had too many and someone makes them wrong, that's kind of what happens.
Oh, you guys had that slip up?
Yep.
Yeah,
We're basically at the farming community here. So there's a lot of dairy farmers in this area. So that's why we drink White Russian, because we like to support the dairy farmers. So it's a thing to do.
Yeah, support local industry, bro.
We know our striker. He's apparently he's got a cold. We're not sure what exactly that means, but we call our prospect strikers. But he's watching right now, and you can tell him we're almost out of milk. Striker, so you might have to take some Benadryl and suck it up.
Yeah, he's not here, so it means at least a couple more months.
Yeah, man. You can't run out of milk. Jesus. So Steve Easy wants to know what's everyone riding? Any Road King guys up north?
Yeah, of course he's got a Road King. Well, he's got a whole bunch of bikes, but he's got a Road King.
I have one yet.
A bunch of bikes. How many you got, bro?
3.
3, yeah.
It's nice to have some variety,
I've
eh?
got a 05 Road King Classic, and then a 99 Springer, and 23 Road Glide.
Oh, so yeah. So the oldest one is still an Evo, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
it was
sir.
the last year they made it.
Last year, Evo.
Yeah. I
That one's
love my
fun around
Evo.
town, and
I didn't
nice
mind my
to,
Evo.
nice to jump
I
on
loved
that.
it. So Dog wants to know, what do you do for fun in Canada besides shooting Mounties with paintball guns? Hell with that.
Shoot them up real guns.
Ask if you have a level 3.
They'll shoot us back. They're crazy. Yep, Road King Custom.
Yeah.
Oh, right on. I had to sell my street glide last summer,
You
so
gotta remember, up here in Canada, it's really cold, so the paint, you shoot the paint, the paint freezes, so it really hurts.
exactly. And those Mounties don't know that we're just playing.
They call them paintballs, we call them shotguns.
Yeah. Also a 53 pan. That's I knew somebody in the group had to have an old bike somewhere, right?
Oh yes, you haven't asked Muffin when's the last time that 53 pan saw pavement.
I thought he worked
that's
at.
Pretty silent.
I thought he worked at a bike shop. Hey, American Uncensored, good to meet you. Good to see you, bro. Is he a wrench?
Actually, if you ever looking for somebody to interview again who has a long history, and we're busting Muffin's balls here, but if you ever want somebody on to talk to about bikes and stuff, Muffin would be someone that you should tee up with and talk to. He's a pretty knowledgeable mechanic, and he spent a lot of time in the motorcycle club world and all over Canada, and he knows a lot of people all across Canada, a lot of different clubs. He'd be a great guy if you ever did want to interview somebody. He's pretty neat individual. Even though I don't want to fucking pump him up because now he's going to be walking around with his chest pumped up all day.
Definitely don't invite him to your house because he'll totally ruin your toilet.
And just so you know, he's got the radio.
Well, you guys were busting his balls saying.
Sorry.
You guys were busting his balls saying he was out getting cheeseburgers, didn't you?
Yes, sir. That's how he got his manly physique.
Cheeseburger King of Canada.
I swear to you, we used to bust. Yeah, we used to bust our guys. We had one of our guys, and he was the same way, man. And you couldn't get past the burger joint with that guy stopping in. So my fizz ranch, right on.
That's him.
Awesome.
Right on. Oh, where'd I go? Oh, there. Yeah, man. No, I got a couple buddies with those old pan heads too. They look like they're going to be fun bikes to ride around, and they're all complete, but they're in the living room. How the hell are you riding a motorcycle that lives in the living room?
The only reason it should be in the living room is the winter to put it back together.
And I don't think that they're asking for much money for those anymore. Remember, those things used to be like your firstborn kid worth of money. Now they're only like 20 grand or so, eh? You will eat all your food too. They're still busting Muffin's balls. That's fucking funny. You're gonna have to come back from Fort Mac, bro. Take him out for a little ride.
Yes, sir. There you go. The whole world heard it now.
Yeah, right, because I stole your cheeseburger.
That is hilarious. So where's your next big adventure off to? Oh, they need to visit me.
I think a couple of guys are leaving. We got a couple guys leaving next week or the weekend. In a couple of weeks, heading down. We're going
Charleston, Myrtle Beach, that way for a week or so. And then the following month will be Daytona. And then the next one after that will be Laconia. So it all depends on who's working and who can take the time. But we always try to, there's a couple of us that are retired now, so we plan a few trips, and whoever's available to jump in does, and it's always a good time.
I like that. That one in North Carolina, that's a bike event too, isn't it?
Yeah, there's one in, Myrtle Beach is in May. Daytona is the end of February, early March.
Yeah.
And, it's nice to get away from the winter and go down for a few days. But those ones we'll trailer down too because we have to. But
I know it was so fun going down there to Daytona. I only made it once, but wow, man, that was fucking that opened your eyes, eh? All them bikers from everywhere. It's pretty cool down there.
yeah, you meet a lot of good people.
I met so many people down there, and guys from like big clubs and all that stuff. It was really cool. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah.
What are you saying? Maddie? Great Clubhouse group of guys, and top it off, they throw a fucking awesome party. Nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
We've been known to have a few parties.
And our friend Steve from the American channels, he's from North Carolina. That's where he lives. We'll have to shoot you.
Okay.
We'll let you know where the guys are going to, Steve, when they head down.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Yeah.
What do these guys got? Holy moly. I don't think, yeah. Sports brand. I don't know if we want to put that out, do we? That's pretty cool, though, eh? Those 3D printers.
Somebody, sports brand is his name. Yeah. Ask
Some
a
of it
question.
fire.
Some about fire.
Did you see that one? That's pretty crazy,
We
eh?
did. What was this matter on?
That is crazy. No, I don't care, sports brand. I don't want you to get in trouble, bro. You know what I mean? I don't mind. I think it's cool that you can do that with those 3D printers. But up here in Canada, we can't have those things, man.
What was that file again?
What's
Which
a
one up
3D
here?
printer?
Oh. And, you know, the way our laws are, you even talk about that sort of shit, and all of a sudden you get a no-knock warrant. Like, what happened? I didn't fucking do it. They don't like it. Okay, that's fair, bro. That's fair. Like I say, I don't care. I just don't want anyone banging down your door in the middle of the night, bro. I know, eh?
Swatting happening.
This is America, eh? But see, it's America, but we can't say the word G-U-N or they demonetize us, which I don't care because I'm not monetized. I'm a long fucking way from that. So, but they got to call them pew-pews online.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And when they get talking about other gross things like, you know, children and that, they got to change those words too. It's like, tell them that. Just call them what they are, pieces of shit. You see a lot of kids now.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
You see a lot of kids now doing a lot of stuff for kids in their communities, eh? The Bikers Against Child Abuse and the Guardians of the Children and all that, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a good friend of mine in Nova Scotia that's a big part of the Biker Against Child Abuse. It's definitely a good cause for sure.
There's a chapter, I think, of them in Ottawa here. Those guys, they do a lot of really good stuff, do a lot of rides and things like that.
Yeah. There's like Protectors of Youth, Guardians of Children, Bikers Against Child Abuse. I think it's all pretty cool. I met a few of them. Did you guys make it down to the bike show in Toronto on the weekend, any of you?
We didn't. We've been in years past. We didn't make it down this year. Just because sometimes everybody's busy, but we have gone down the pass. It's usually a good turnout down there, and usually I don't know if it happened this time. Usually the OCC meeting, the Ontario Confederation of Clubs meeting, is usually down there at the same time, which is another great organization. So.
Yes, I got to contact them and see if anyone who's actually like from that organization wants to come and talk. Because I figure, why wouldn't they? Because it'll just hopefully get them a few more groups involved. I know a riding group
that's a great idea.
A riding group from Hamilton. He calls himself the Open Road Riders. His name's Peter, yeah. And he's done an interview, and we've become friends online. And his group joined the OCC this weekend. So
Yeah, they do a lot of great things. They really get the news out there, and there's one in Atlantic Canada now too. They have an ACC out east now too, down there. But it's another one of those things that they're doing great out there now too, and we've done here in Ontario, where you can kind of get all these different clubs together on the same page, and going fighting for our own rights, instead of fighting each other.
Exactly, right. There's no sense fighting with each other anymore. What it's not bringing anything good to the club. It's just bringing grief, no matter what club it is. At least the way I see it, right? So Steve's got a actual cool question for you. Do you got a lot of original members still in the club, and do you have a lot of long-term members?
I think we got 4 or 5 original guys here, originals, and then we have a couple members that have moved on to the other side here and there, and then so I mean, after 15 years, a lot of things that have changed, but yeah, we have quite a few long-term members here. I guess Jack, myself, Dan. Yeah, we got. Probably got half the guys that are 10 years or around a 10-year mark, and then some guys about 15-year mark. So, yeah, and then we got some guys in the past couple of years. We're not a huge recruiting club, not a huge membership, but I like to think we're particular about the people we have here. So, yeah, it all works out in the end for us.
Yeah, that actually kind of answers. I was going to give you a follow-up question to that, because you hear it a lot, especially when you're younger. Now I'm in my 50s. I don't hear it as much. It's hard for these clubs that are full of older men to recruit younger men, right? But I don't think that's the case at all. I think it's a matter of being, like you said, selective of who you have representing you. You know what I mean? It's 50 years Pelon.
We don't recruit at all. If somebody wants to be in this club, they have to come to us. We don't recruit.
Yeah, man, that's a better way to do it, I think, eh? Pellet stove is resting in driveway. Oh, is that Scott who had the fire?
Yeah, that's my goddamn kid.
Fuck off, Scott. Get to work.
So he tried a goddamn pellet stove. 3 originals left. Let's go.
Yeah.
That is a drag.
Fucking pellet stove.
Yeah.
Down. At the bottom, put the next one up.
There you go, sports. Fuck, if you've been invited, go get yourself up on 2 wheels, bro. A good outfit. Especially if you're in Michigan, really good outfit. That is warm driveway. Well, see? Even if your house catches fire, you still get your balls busted, apparently, Scott.
Hey, Tom. Hi to Hank for us.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
That's our neighbors checking up on us.
Yeah, they live right across the street.
From the clubhouse.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. So that's what Steve said. He said his family's part of a homegrown club in Massachusetts, and they never recruit. It's all growth through family and friends.
That's the way to be.
That's a kind of your guys' mindset?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
definitely.
Absolutely.
Word of mouth.
Well, that way, you're not getting complete strangers coming around. It kind of got to the point with the club because everyone wanted to grow real big at this certain time in history, right? And you were getting all these guys that they didn't know nothing about motorcycle clubs. They didn't know fuck all about riding. Half of them I couldn't get to ride in a pack. I'd have to chase them down the fucking highway. You know what I mean? It's like, why bother? And then as soon as the going gets tough, they're the guys that hand their patches back. So
it's a vetting process.
But like I say, it looks like all the crazy conflict in Canada has sorted itself out. At least I hope so. Like I say, it's not a good look on the community as a whole. Not that the people involved are obligated in any way. They can do whatever the hell they want, right?
It's a live and let live, right? That's the whole thing.
Yeah. Oh, see, I thought you were Hook Dog from the States. You're Hook Dog from Canada. I get you. Where is he? About money overriding? Well, then, get yourself on Two Wheel Sports and go see that club, bro.
Yes, sir.
Gator Maria, I got the jam. Thank you, Steve. Thanks for joining us, Steve. Have a great night, brother. Oh, and you're being asked if you need milk.
Yes.
Renata.
No,
No, from Renata. No, it's all good.
we're good. We got milk.
We have a cow out back.
Okay, it is you, Hook. Okay, it's the same Hook I always talk to in the chat. It's good to see you, bro. And thank you for joining us, man. I appreciate it. And same with you, America Uncensored. I think I said it once, but thank you for joining us, bro. It means a lot to me. It actually does. We'll see if we can get this little channel doing something, right? I figure if I keep on this lane and I keep doing, if there's internet news about so-and-so got arrested, when I report on it, I report on it from the biker side. You know what I mean? So the paper can say one thing because that's what the cops tell them to say, but I'll tell you how it probably really went.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you.
Appreciate that.
And that, let's be honest, it's all, we're unless you wear a patch, it's supposed to be, they got to prove you to be guilty. And then I found out that when you got a patch, a lot of times you're guilty as soon as they get them handcuffs on you, man.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
And Maddie said, a cool watch. Well done, guys. Yep, absolutely. You're going to cut your hydro off, old man. Somebody's getting you.
Another guy to block.
Another face for radio.
Now does Scott happen to work for the utility?
We don't even know what he does. He says he works at night, but I think he's just hiding out in the bar somewhere playing on his cell phone.
I Silver Dollar says differently.
Just gonna have to follow him to work one day, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, see, you guys all must be close, eh? Hank just walk over. And what we got from Hook Dog? Do you guys have a muffin package? You guys got on the muffin, didn't you? That's funny, man. Got to. Yeah. Hey, remember when everyone got that tattoo, Sport Brand? Everyone got that tattoo with the big skull and it all said death before dishonor. I tell you, once we're all wearing orange, you might find it's a different story. There's only one. Guest appears from across the street. Right on, man. What do we got? Thanks, Thug. Uh-oh.
Looking after.
Mm-hmm. Which guy's called Thug?
Thug nasty.
You guys got a Thug in the club, yeah?
That's Scott.
That's Scott, yeah?
Yeah, that's not nasty.
All right, so I meant to ask you earlier, how did you guys end up did somebody mention the channel to you, or you just saw that one post I put up that I was looking for people to interview?
Yes, well, actually, a couple other clubs had shared it with us on our page. We're not great at checking our messages and following, and then it had popped up on there, and one of the old ladies in the club actually had seen it in another group chat, and I guess we kind of got it from 3 or 4 different angles. So
Cool.
I was like, well, I guess we should reach out and answer, and now we're here. So, and I think we're all happy we did.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, you guys are good. Yeah, good, man. Yeah, I'm really happy that you guys reached out to me. I'm really happy that you guys joined me. And I told you it'd be nice and mellow. I'm a mellow guy. All my fighting days are out of me. Shout out to Mike Ball. Yep. I'm part of the Mike Ball. There's kind of a network of us biker news guys, and it's we kind of came up from this guy, one guy in the States called Mike Ball. He's a good guy. He's got a hell of a story. He got hit by a car on his Dyna, and he lost from his knee down on one of his legs, right? And he still rides. He's still doing his thing. He just put a heel toe shifter on it, and he's doing his thing, man. So
Good for him.
everyone's always got their story. Yeah, well, there is no Mikey in the chat. Mikey must be off doing other stuff, but that's okay. But yeah, man. Fuck, my back's sore. All right, my brothers. Where else are we? We talked about the rides. Talked about the community.
Yes, sir.
Talked about the stuff. What else you guys want to throw in there? There's got to be more stuff.
Hey, we're simple, man. We're
simple.
No, like I said, not to put you on the spot, but I can't think of nothing else. Oh yeah, so what's our plans in the future as far as the club goes? And again, if this is kind of out of base, it's okay. You don't got to. Did you see yourself? You see yourself like expanding more in other places, or you're just content with where you're at, or?
We're not real interested in expanding a lot. We like to have quality, not quantity. Yes, we had other chapters in the past, and that didn't sort of work out. But, we're not real crazy interested in getting a lot bigger than we are. Like I say, we like to have a close-knit, good friends, good people, good family members. Everybody gets along, and that's the way it should be. And, you can go to any one of our members' houses and be welcome there all the time. And that's basically what we're interested in.
kind of every guy here knows everybody's kids, everybody's house, everybody's address. We do a lot of stuff as families, just internally in the club barbecues and whatever. And, it's kind of what makes us who we are. We're pretty proud of that dynamic that we have in our group where we're so close. And I think that, it is tooting our own horn, and we don't mind doing it. We spent a lot of years going through that, and we like any club, we've been through different trials and tribulations and things, and we feel like we're at a point now where we kind of have it dialed in, and we're pretty happy right now. We're kind of on cruise control right now. We're happy where we are. We tend to always have one or two strikers that's around at the time. So, but it's a revolving door like any club has. Either guys get older or have whether it's family issues or job issues, or they move on, and one or two more guys come in and one or two guys leave. It's a natural process, but we're really we're lucky here, and we're very content where we are right now and how things are going. We got a really great thing going here. We got a really solid, great group of brothers, and it's something that you just don't see a lot anymore, and we're pretty proud of it.
No, good for you, man. That's actually the way you put all that is awesome. Hook Dog wants to know why Muffin is called Muffin.
We need another hour podcast for that.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Ask Muffin, see what he says.
Yeah. When you get Muffin on your show, he'll answer that question.
I might get him on. We'll talk about bikes one day, because there's lots about bikes I don't know either. I know a bunch of guys in my city that build bikes, and old school bikers that never put a patch on, but always rode more miles than most of the club guys I knew. You know what I mean? And they're the guys with the old pan in the living room, and the shovel head in the garage, and the Evo over there, and the twin cam over there. You know what I mean? I like that stuff. Parsons is excited to go to
Absolutely.
Daytona.
Yeah, that's from another one of our members. He's coming with me, and we've been planning it for a while, so it should be a good time.
Don't forget about your supporters. Yep. Yeah. Don't forget about your supporters. 100%.
We have some of the greatest supporters out there.
Amen.
We got a great group of people that maybe don't necessarily want to be in the club, but that have supported us through the years. And actually, a lot of them are on here today, and we got to thank them as much as we thank our own brothers, because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have all this either. So we're definitely thankful to all the supporters and other clubs that come around and come to our events and come to our bar and host events for us to go to. So we definitely appreciate everybody else also.
No, and that's true, right? If you don't got the community support, then you're fighting an uphill battle all the way across. But I don't think she was busting balls today.
We have all the spouses. They have a tight-knit relationship as well. They'll head off and have their own weekends and spend time together, and we get support from home as well, which always helps and just makes everything tighter. So we're good that way too.
I'm pretty sure our old ladies have their own club. They're just not telling us about it.
I was gonna say that sometimes it feels like that, eh? As long as you don't get that one crazy old lady that thinks she's a member of the club.
We got
15. Yeah, what's this one shit?
If you ever make it down to one of our Friday nights, you'll see the show.
Yeah. Well, now I want to go.
Well, come on over. You have our address.
100%, man. Like you say, I got a couple things I'm doing, but I'm going to get on the road this summer and come visit as many of you guys that I've had on the show as I can and all that stuff, man. I got to. Yeah, the girls are just as great as their old man. That's true, Kay. That's true. Old Ladies Club is called Property Of. Do you guys do the Property Of patches?
They all
got the T-shirt.
Yeah.
So these guys, Mark says he's curious about this. What's the oldest bike that someone actually rides in your club? Just curious, his mind's up there. And you got a guy still on an Evo that...
Probably Jack or Mike or Lloyd.
I know one.
01 and 02 are like as daily riders. I got a 97 also. Parsons got a 99. So we have some older ones, but they're not as much daily riders. But daily riders, probably the 01s, 02s.
Yeah, 01s, 02s.
My 02, I bought it brand new and I'm still riding it. I have another
cool.
older bike too, but my riders in 02.
That's pretty
he bought
cool.
it in 64.
Yeah.
And we're not talking 2002. We're talking 1902.
Yeah,
Jack's
1902.
first bike
Yeah,
had
exactly. Matthew Potvin said he's also excited about going to Daytona. Is he going with you?
Yeah, he's another member.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's a resident Frenchman. We're not sure yet.
Yeah.
Hello, Matt.
You might see a big bear bust through the door here in a second.
Yeah. It weighs me about 200 pounds, so I should be running, maybe hiding somewhere.
Is that yeah? I know they breed them French fellas big, don't they? And they can grow a beard by the time they're about 8 years old. Them fuckers. That's crazy, Hook Dog. 5,000 homes are gone in Cali. Unbelievable. Yeah, you still got some years on yours, Mike. Like, I think you can still have an Evo as a daily rider. I don't think that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those things, there is nothing wrong with that motor at all. Got to run. Thanks,
I
Hook
ride
Dog,
mine
for
as well.
joining us. Thanks for joining
Harley
us,
never
Hook Dog.
been
I
a bad
appreciate it. What's that, sorry?
Every Harley engine's a good engine. Depends how you maintain it.
Well, and the thing is, it doesn't matter if you hand grenade them, they can be rebuilt. There's not too many Harley motors that got to get thrown in the garbage.
No.
I really, really liked my Evo back in the Evo days. I don't see any reason to go fuel injected, and now you don't get to play with the clutch. Or the choke, the choke. No, Jack don't maintain them.
As nice as the new bikes are, as much luxury as they provide, sometimes just jumping on an old Evo and it just takes you back to the roots, right?
And just jumping on the bike that's got, or an old knock. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like a bike that's got lights on it, a headlight and a tail light, and you're good to go, man. That's how I rode all my bikes. No radios, no big 18-inch screen in the fairing, none of that nonsense. It had a headlight and a tail light.
Yeah.
So Sean says that Jack doesn't maintain his bikes. He's got to if he's got a bunch of old ones. Person's got a little Springer.
Yeah, but I'm the only one that's ridden to San Diego and back.
That's some miles, man. That's some good miles.
Little Springer went further than you went last year.
Well, see, I never, until the last bike I bought, I never bought a bike with hard bags and a fairing like a bagger before, right? And then the last bike I bought, I went, Scott, I'm in London, Ontario. It was a street glide, right, with a 21-inch front wheel, and it was okay. It was a nice bike. The guy had put proper headers on it, and it was true dual exhaust, so it had some snap and a nice rumble, but I couldn't keep up to those CVOs. Those CVOs just walked away from me.
You're from London. Do you remember the old Rockies, I believe, in Wellington?
What was it called?
Remember Rocky's Church, the old shop down Wellington Road? I believe it was Wellington.
It was on Warncliffe South.
From back in the 70s.
Yeah, it was down by Holy Gully.
Now, the new shop, but the old original.
Now the new one's
there now, but the old original one.
Yep. I remember the mechanics out there and all that. Yeah, they were good guys.
I used to go to the old original one back when Rocky himself was still alive.
So one of the old mechanics from the original one, now he would have been a young mechanic at that point, and then they shut that one down that you're talking about. It's on Warncliffe.
I can't remember his name now. I can't remember his name, but there was an old lad there, an old Dutchman, used to work at the old Rockies in the 70s, and I can't remember his name for the life of me right now. I'll wake up at 3 o'clock this morning, I'll remember it, and I'll phone you.
Yeah. Hey, Tiffany, how are you? Thanks for joining us, Tiff.
Did you know Billy Barr?
Billy Barr.
Did you know Billy Barr?
Billy Barr just passed, bro.
Did you know Billy?
He passed, yeah.
He just passed it. Well, I wanted to go down to his funeral. I couldn't get away, but I wanted to go down to his celebration of life. I didn't get away to get to for me. Yeah, I knew Billy for a long time. Good lad, real good lad. Billy was good engine builder.
He was a cranky old prick, but I like Billy, man. He was a good guy.
Oh fuck yeah, he was good.
Yeah, so's Jack.
Fuck off, Burgess.
Well, all the cranky old pricks seem to get along, right?
Standing cactus.
Yeah. Fair enough.
That's who it was. Dino from Rockies. He would have been after Billy Barr. I don't think Billy worked there though. I can't remember. There's a big tall guy who worked at Rockies. I can't remember his name though. But Dino from Rockies, he was a good wrench too. So I had this 110-inch stroker motor built for me back in the Evo days. So the guys built me this 110-inch motor. We put it in this cool frame, I got an aftermarket frame, made it into a lowrider style bike, and nobody could get the fucking thing to go. I couldn't get it to go over 50, 60 miles an hour. So I took it to Dino, and he spent a week jetting it. He couldn't get it to go. So I took it off Dino. I took it over to Billy Barr, and he had another guy with him called Iggy, and they fucking moved my breather gear. One tooth, boom. And
There you
Billy
go,
Barr
yeah,
knew that.
Yeah, Dino had there for a long time. Denny Marshall worked there for a while too. Denny's a good friend, yeah.
Denny too. I forgot about Denny. Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I was talking to Denny. I was talking to Denny about a month and a half ago.
Yeah,
Good
he's
people.
still kicking
Real good
around.
people.
Yeah, man. Oh, Peter. See, I knew there was a tall guy. Peter Fowler was the tall guy. Okay. I remember going in there, there's a big tall guy, and I'm like 6 foot, and he was way taller than me.
You knew that guy.
But like our city's got a pretty rich history of bikes and bike mechanics and a couple guys that have had drag racing bikes and all that shit. It's all right down here for that stuff. Scott says, old man definitely didn't wash his bike. Who are we talking about? Billy Barr? Who doesn't wash his
That would be me.
The bike's never been washed.
Well, somebody tried to wash them once, but I caught them. And
You purposely don't wash your bikes, bro? I think
I
mine
watched
only
that.
caught.
And why?
I think mine caught water maybe twice.
It runs.
Yeah, ride him in the rain and splash him through a couple mud puddles. Oh, you went to Fanshawe. So did I. I went to Fanshawe in the late 90s, in the 90s, early 90s.
Fanshawe, yeah, I went to Fanshawe, yeah.
Yeah, you did too?
Scott again, yeah, he went to Fanshawe also.
I went back there
Scott, get the word.
I took air conditioning and refrigeration at Fanshawe years ago. And then I went out.
Scott's got a lot
did
of
my,
He's on fire.
Yeah.
Oh.
Too soon, Scott? Sorry,
Well, how bad was the fire at his place?
Smoke damage mainly.
Bad enough.
Yeah, a lot of smoke damage and water damage from putting the fire out. Pellet stove caught in fire, so they had to come in and hit the hose. But mainly smoke damage and that. So
the firemen had to come and soak everything down, eh?
Gully.
Yeah, do you guys remember that shop?
Yeah,
Holy
they
Gully?
came in, did their thing.
Yeah.
We couldn't get in the house. Too much smoke.
Bummer, eh? Well, hopefully everything was all, because you got to have I do furnaces and natural gas. That's my trade, right? I got a heating and cooling company here in London. And to install all those wood burning things, you got to have something called a wet certificate. I don't know. I hope he's got all that stuff to show the insurance.
Yeah.
Oh, he did, yeah.
He had all that, yeah.
Good.
We had a real, it was a bit of a snowstorm up here last night with a real heavy wind, and that's what sort of got it.
I remember because we used to burn wood when I was a kid, back when everything was crazy expensive, or maybe my dad was cheap, who cares? But you see a lot of fires in the chimneys on our street because everyone burnt wood back then in the small towns.
Yeah, the creosote.
Oh, see, Sean's boss is there with him watching. Well, you got a good job, bro. Hook me up. I'll come on up there and work with you. You watch YouTube with your boss.
He does a great job sweeping those floors and making sure that the toilet paper is stopped.
And triple ply toilet paper too, not that single ply stuff.
I was gonna say he doesn't got one of them jobs that says do you want fries with that? Yeah, he needs an apprentice. He says, right on, man. Boss, Sean needs a raise for this. He does. He does. That's awesome. Yeah, man. No, I dig it, man. See, I grew up in a small town south of London. I grew up in well, see, you're already getting offers, Matt, for an apprentice. I thought it was Scott that needed. Yeah, it was Sean that needed the apprentice. And see, your French brother. Your
Walker. Walker. So Walker's just starting his whole Harley career. And I think he has a very promising one, if that. Walker, keep it up, man. Soon enough, you'll be doing oil changes like no tomorrow.
Well, I think he's got an electric Harley, doesn't he?
Oh,
Electric. Fuck, they pulled all them off quick, didn't they? Thank God, they were goofy looking, weren't they?
Was that sorry?
Those live wire bikes, they hardly. They got away from them pretty quick, didn't they?
I thought you meant Derek Walker. That makes sense too.
Yeah, they're sort of a shocking experience.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That's it. No more White Russians for that guy.
Get worse.
Well, all right, gentlemen. What do you guys think? You got any more tippers? Because I think we covered everything. You know what, though, guys? It was a really, really, real good pleasure to meet you guys. It really was. You guys all seem to be, basically in the same mindset I'm in, and keep it simple. You called your club Simple Men for a reason, right? Keep it simple. Do your thing. Ride your Harleys. And Matt says you still owe him an engine case. And the different clubs helping each other. Fuck, you're right, Scott. If you didn't get drunk at Fanshawe, you didn't really go. And when I was at Fanshawe, we used to have a party every Thursday night in the Student Union building when I was there. And I liked it so much, I worked for the bar staff for a while because it was so good for pulling girls, right? And then I liked it so much, I joined student council there, and I arranged all the parties for a year. It was so much fun, man. There's nothing that'll replace the old college experience.
Other than a club.
And then and then the club experience. I'm glad I got to go through that one too. It was worth it. Even the bad times are worth it, especially when you get through the bad times and you're back into the normality again. It's like, fuck, this is okay. Yes, what do you got? Not for them, man. These guys are still busting each other's balls. Can you read that one? Mop floors and pay off the engine case. What's that in reference to? We had some rough times. Yeah, everyone has some rough times. Fuck. We were in a club, a bunch of guys that did whatever for a living. I've seen the whole chapter in jail one time, except for one guy.
That was you, right?
That was me, yeah. That was me. Not you, me. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Yes.
You should. Okay. All right, gentlemen. I'm gonna wrap it here. Again, it was a great pleasure meeting you guys online for the here and now. And I'm gonna keep in touch with you guys. And if you want to, Eddie, on our messenger link, you can just send me any info to your club parties and stuff, and I will make sure 100% that I put it in a video, okay? And
Thank you.
and if I got time,
Thanks for having me.
okay,
Right on.
right on. Oh, and KL says She says, bye, boys. That's what Kay says. But yeah, I appreciate you guys coming on. And I really appreciate you reaching out to me, man. That was great.
Thank you.
Renata says,
Very good.
okay, well then I'll keep in touch. And if we need to, we'll get back together again down the road, man. It's always good to reconnect.
Sounds good.
Okay, thanks again for everything, gentlemen. I'll talk to you soon. Good night. All right, thanks everybody in the chat for coming. It was awesome. You guys were great in the chat, man. It was really good to have all you people participate and come along, and I do appreciate it. Thanks, everybody, and love and respect, always. Much love and respect, guys. Good night.